Good morning. Thursday morning mic checks. Thursday morning mic check, boys. How we doing? Let me get my charts opened up here. Here we go. How you guys doing? It's a Thursday morning mic check. Thursday morning mic check, boys. How we doing? All right, guys, I'm gonna get situated here. So first step of my day is going to be marking out my draws on liquidity, as per usual. Let's get after it. How we doing? Adam, my man, good morning, brother. How are we doing? How we doing, brother?
Imagine being able to build.
Could try and find us some good music. Oh, I got echo on, my bad. Let's try this. Oh, this is good, little rainy day vibes. Turn up the mic. How we doing? Nah, dude, I'm on YouTube for the rest of the week here, brother. Here's the thing, I don't know how to make my mic any louder, dude. I can make my music quieter. Give me a sec. Just one sec, bro. How's that? Is that any better? Are we any better here, boys? We're good? Right on. Alrighty. All right. Let's get into it here, guys. Got my DOLs marked out here. I'm gonna quickly mark up S&P. Looks like it's a little stronger on the day to open up. We're at 9:30 market open. Let's see what happens. We got 7.5K and we got all-time highs stacked in the same region today on the S&P. We got New York PM low. Sorry guys, just cleaning up some of these draws here. It's a mess from yesterday. Get rid of it. How you guys doing this morning? How we doing? How we doing? We got an AM low here too. Yeah, we're doing good, Ian. Right on, man. Are you locked out from Asia last night? How much did you end up going up? Excuse me. My goodness. Gosh. Only made $200. Not bad. Did you lock out? 10% of an evaluation right there. 10% of a buffer as well. $200, 10%, not bad. Not bad, dude. Remember, $200 10 days in a row is literally a buffer, right? $200, you know, if you could do $200 for 20 days out of the month, think about that for a second. On 5 accounts, that's $10,000 US in your pocket. So think about it. Right? I'm glad you guys sound like you're doing good. My brother Ian. Yeah, bro, I just want to pass this eval. I'm close. Nice. How far away are you? Where we at, brother? Where we at? Hey guys, so what I'm looking for after I mark on my DOLs, 1300. You're halfway, bro. Don't be chasing. Like you ain't gonna pass that today. I'll tell you that. If you do, I mean, it's big risk. Right, you're up $200, man. You should. What I don't want to see is you go. I don't want to see you lose that 200, get pissed off, and then lose more. Going from green to red in a day is very unprofessional. Right, that's what we need to focus on avoiding. Sorry, gang. I'm just getting some socks here. Good morning, Macy. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, and Ian, just remember, bro. Like there's literally no rush to passing your evals. I'll tell you that right now. With where you're at in your journey, you're going to gain better benefit and more from just taking high quality, low risk setups and building up some confidence and some discipline to take those setups and those setups only. So my question to you would be like, if there was a specific setup, what would it be? Right? And you need to be able to explain that to me in black and white. And then you focus on that setup, you trade that setup till you're funded, then you trade that setup on funding, and boom, you quit your job. Done like dinner. It's a super simple process, but people overcomplicate it, right? They want to get shit done now, and unfortunately the charts, it's not how it works, man. It's not how it works. Macy, how are we today, brother? Guys, today's looking like a fairly simple session. If we start expanding to the upside here, I mean, we're just going to look for buys, plain and simple. We got this SMT off the open here, another 15-minute SMT similar to yesterday. All right, this SMT yesterday with ES sent us higher to all time. Caught a nice long in here. All right, nice little bite. Patiently waiting, right on. So again, same concept, right? Look, we take some sell side, you know, these internal lows. We haven't taken any session liquidity, I don't believe. Let me take a peek. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've snagged any session liquidity, so we're vibing, man. We're vibing until we get a 15-minute print, and just like yesterday, I mean, we didn't get our entry till, you know, back half of the session, last hour, right? How many Apex you got going again, Macy? Stack those suckers up, big dog. Stack them up. You don't have to stack. I'm totally playing, but just a friendly reminder to you, brother. You do have that activated account, right? So make sure that you're aware of your activity on that. Are you trading your funded, or are you trading your eval Apex? I think you had an Apex. Yeah, okay. So you got one account that's past evaluation requiring buffer, and then you have one eval as well. Nice. And with that eval, is that a 50 or 100K? All right, guys, we got red folder news at 8:30. Right. So again, what am I doing? I'm going to the 1 minute, and I'm literally marking out the 8:30 candle. Right. We can see right. So yeah, nothing we can work with today on the 8:30. Right, there is a data wick high here, and we can see that the market's already reaching for it.
Walter shoots for the 3.
run of internal liquidity on this bullish leg. Right, we run liquidity, we V-shape, and then we're expanding. But again, it's at market entry, right? So, time to get YouTube Pro, eh?
With unregulated gambling sites, there are no rules. Introducing Alberta.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna get a long form. We'll just do. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Turn this down on my end just a little bit. Sweet. Macy, I can't copy without the laptop. Okay. Question. Candles are named for when they close. Nah, dude. It's when they open. Candles are named for when they open, bro. Like this candle opened and closed at 8:30. Opened at 8:30 and then closed. Right? This is the open of 8:31. Right, so this candle opened at 8:30. 8:30 news released. And then it closed, boom, 8:31 starts. 8:32. Yeah, good question. Good question. Always good to be clear on that. But we can see that S&P just smoked day to wick high and likely going to take all times. Now, we have a bit of an SMT off the rip here, right? We have this lower SMT. But it looks like we're going to be printing a bullish SMT here. So, with that being said, if we're going to look for sells, in my opinion, we would need to see a good shift below this region here, which we'll see, right? If we're going to get a good retracement, then it's likely going to be a big bar, right? Just like we saw the other day when we had this type of PA. That's what I would expect. It would be a bullish open, Judas swing, sweep liquidity, shift lower, but not comfortable taking lows or taking shorts right now, guys. Rather just continue to try and trade this to the upside. But again, we can monitor how the market's moving here in the next half an hour, 45. And it's just a big old expansion. Another beautiful day. It's May long here now, boys, and well, we're getting into May long weekend, and let me tell you, it is not looking nice out. We got rain all day tomorrow. We got rain tonight. It's like stupidly windy. Gray skies. It's a good day to be trading, I'll tell you that. Not a good day to be laying pavement. All right, there's all-time highs. All right, we're starting to build some liquidity up here as well. All right, we got some fairly nice looking stacked lows with a PM low at the bottom. So these weak lows in through here would, if we start to flush, then likely going to be blasted, aiming for PM low. We do have a nice 4-hour block sitting here as well. Could be the breakaway gap though. We'll see. Remember, we're marking out potentials. We're trying to get a good read on the market, but with that, we sometimes need some time and some clarity, right? And we have we're making sure that our bias is unmarried, right? No need to be attached until we see what's clear. No need. Yesterday's long played out well. I had a discussion with another member on holding through some of the drawdown, right? Because if we go back and we study this entry, right? I clipped off at the high. There was a data wick here where I clipped, and then I left my runner at break even. Right? And why did I leave my runner at break even? Why did I leave one contract running? I'd break even versus risk open because I don't have a big enough buffer yet, right? So this was 3 contract position. I'm only aiming to build the buffer super slowly. I locked in the 150 flex requirement for the day, right? Per account, 150 was clipped here on 2 contracts. And then I went break even on my runner because I'm not about to take a loss on that runner, and then this day all of a sudden doesn't count towards a payout, right? So the difference between base hits, like strict base hits and flexible base hits, if I took, let's say, 8 or 10 contracts here with a bigger buffer, right? Let's say I had $500, $600, $700 risk on the table, and I clipped off, you know, let's say every contract except for one, right? Let's say I had 7 contracts on. I clipped 6 on the data wick. I leave 1 runner. Because I have a buffer, if this 1 contract comes back and takes me out for a loss, it's only $70, right? It's only 10% of the gain that I was able to secure, right, off this partial. So once the buffer's built, this happens time and time and time again, right? Where the runner gets clipped and then it delivers. Once my buffer's built, I'll be more open to leaving risk open on a single runner because, again, 37 points on 1 contract, you know, a quick $60, $70 off your profits. If I'm up $500, $600, $700 per account, what's a $70 risk to make another, you know, $300, $400 on just that single contract, right? So that's a good conversation I had with one of our members, and yeah, man, that's the approach. For now, we're active risk management, right? We're looking to get paid, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm willing to do whatever I got to do to get paid in this market, and I'm showing you guys it every single day. Aggressive management, high quality setups, aggressive management, time and time and time and time and time again. What happens? You start to build slowly, and then all of a sudden, compounding interest takes in, right? Your account grows, your buffer explodes your size, and then all of a sudden you're trading much larger volume. And then from there you can use that money for whatever you want, right? The minimum payouts aren't gonna, or the minimum daily targets are gonna be an absolute like dust in the wind. So that is my approach. And as we're sitting right now, let's take a look. Yesterday's dub, and just to paint you the picture, yesterday was 700. It was about $800. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was about $800 before profit split, right? So give me 90% of 800. Or sorry, give me half of 800, 400 US, right? Give me 90% of 400. That's 360. Is it 360? Yeah, it's 360. Right, 360 American on this little trade. I mean, shit, dude. That's more than 3/4, if not like 90% of the country makes in a day, right? Let alone I'm Canadian, right? So the currency conversion. I mean, you know, yesterday was a $500-$600 day, just off that little bite-sized chunk, right? So you can quickly see how this can become very, very, very good money. But again, you have to just follow the system, man. You have to follow the system. You have to be aggressive with your management. You have to make sure you're paying yourself and avoid break-evens, right? Avoid break-evens where you don't make money, right? A break-even on a runner is fine in my opinion, but again, if you're running like 1 to 2R and then price comes back and takes you out for 0, I mean, you got a problem. Right, you have a problem with your management, and we need to talk about it. I know a lot of people will talk about like free stabs or free tries in the market, free spins, but I mean, I'm not here for free spins. I'm here to make money. And it really just spreads out your equity curve, right? It leans it out more, right? If you're like break even, then you hit something big, 3-4R, right? And then break even, you know, take an L. Like, it's better to just bite small bites. Anyways, boys, didn't want to rant too early. Forgive me. Okay, we've cleared 2 key highs here, right? We've cleared all-time high. S&P has breached 7,500, right? Big fig. NQ has taken London high and is well on its way to taking all-time highs. At this point, I would not be looking for shorts on the lower time frames here. I would simply be waiting for a shift, right? A shift, because in 10 minutes, this is going to form. And it could be smaller, it could completely close in. If we close this in, then that's a decent sign, right? If we can close this in, right, and then we continue bearish, we shift below the low, and then we print a 15, pull back, PM low. GG, no read for shorts. And it looks like ES is going to be the weaker asset too, right? Because it's already breached all-time highs and it's still down like almost, 0.2%. Again, Macy, stronger asset, simply look at the change in percentage, right? Whichever one's higher, I'm buying. Whichever one's lower, I'm selling. We also have this SMT. So, just something to be mindful of. SMT momentum to the upside, draws are clear. Let's just buy this all day. Works for me. It works for me, boys! How's everybody feeling today? Talk to me. Are we calm? Are we excited? Are we anxious? Are we doubtful? Let's talk about it. If you guys didn't go watch that video I shared in the chat, it's like a 3-minute video. It is absolute banger. It is a perfect example of, or description or explanation of like why our minds do what they do, and I found great value in that video related to trading and life in general. Did you guys hear that message then? It's so weird. Did you hear me send that text? Like, did the volume transfer over on the microphone as well, or was it just my headphones? Don't think you would have heard that. Cool as the other side of the pillow? Ah, dude. I love the cold side of the pillow. Yes, we do have this potential SMT, correct. Correct. Again, we're likely, if we have SMT at the high and the low, we'll just have to see what happens here. Because the market absolutely blew up. 200 points, 200 plus points. If we leave all-time highs, I have a good feeling that we might be cycling lower, but it depends on how it reacts here. Right, I'd like to see this gap hold. Be really nice. We might be in for an early one here, boys. Right, everybody's on their fucking phones waiting for the market, half asleep. Here we are. Make sure we're ready. Let's see how this closes. Hello, ladies. Why, hello there, Jose. How we doing, brother? Welcome to the YouTube. Let's go. Welcome to the YouTube stream, brother. I'm telling you, streaming on YouTube, boys, it's a lot better technologically on my end. You just tanked? Yeah, big explosion to the upside. Dollar is extremely sensitive. Have we checked Financial Juice? Something happened on JPY. JPY suspected intervention. Something's going on with the yen. It's turnaround time for this. Oh my gosh, it still hasn't flipped the weekly. Let's put daily. Still hasn't flipped the weekly. All right, pulling back a little bit here. No clear V-shaped type recovery whatsoever. Be careful selling the market here. Falling knife type vibe. There's news right now. No news. No news. There was a release on financial juice. On the JPY, the yen, they're expecting intervention, government intervention, to help re-strengthen the yen. I'm assuming. You'd likely have to look into that. UK minister Streeting resigns as UK health secretary. So their health secretary resigned. Is there another pandemic coming? OPEC has planned to complete series of quota hikes. Delegates. Okay. All good. All good. I'd love to actually know what's going on in the East. Right? Like, what are we actually fighting for? Or over? Because the cost of importing goods, boys, like things are continuing to just explode. So, who knows? That's why it's so important to take our trading seriously now. You know what I'm saying? Not next week, not next month, not next year. Now. Once you start to do the right things in your trading, then none of this financial crisis type stuff matters, right? Because you're positioned, it doesn't matter, right? That's why we all gotta have our own farms. Yeah, dude. I mean, within the next 5 years, I'm gonna be just somewhere near the mountains and full quarter section. I'm gonna have my own homestead, bro. It's gonna be unreal. And just for peace, right? Just for absolute peace. Grow food, greenhouses, all that kind of stuff. And whoever wants to come and live on the property and experience it is more than welcome. As long as you're not a little fuck. Or you might end up in the ground. I'm just playing. Invite me over, my guy. I'll bring the carne asada. What is that, bro? That sounds delicious. As long as it's not pork, I'm game. Chicken, beef, moose, fish. Okay, well, beef, amigo. Hey, beautiful. Jose, where are you from, man? Are you obviously you're Latin American? I know our boy Enrique is for sure from Mexico. I haven't talked to him in a bit, man. I gotta reach out. Mexico, right on. Yo, is Enrique still streaming to the Spanish? Doing the Spanish stream? Bro, my words aren't flowing well today, gentlemen. Very nice. And Jose, you moved to GTA, right? Yeah, I think he's just hustling. Toronto? Why'd you move to the GTA? Toronto. Toronto specifically, man. That's shit. That's busy. That's a busy. Oh man, let me tell tell you something. Like what? I guess it would depend on how you would want to manage your income, but it's quite a bit less expensive living out here. Shit, man, if your family's out here, why not? Suburb, nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta consider that for sure. Your brother's moving to BC soon. Whereabouts? Right. So we got this algorithmic unspooling to the upside, ran liquidity. Now we're kind of just spooling back to the downside. No real structure whatsoever to price. Victoria, nice. I've been to Victoria a couple times. It's beautiful out there. If you're okay with constant rain, but it's nice because it's not super duper cold. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. We're gonna get one of these big fat retracements. Now we need to decide: are we okay trading? Right, when I look at NQ, boys, what am I looking at? I'm looking at my all-time high, my next bullish draw, and I'm looking at my PM low, my next bearish draw.
It's 8 o'clock.
Now, we did expand higher. We do have an SMT off the top. So, SMT at the high, SMT at the low. Am I keen on longing off this block? Right, this little BPR. Well, this is what I do. When I ask myself the question, do I want to long here? I look at the next sell side draw. PM low. Right here. Right? The market took liquidity, failed to take all-time highs, SMT at the high. Right? So now we're I don't know. I would expect the market to at least come back into this level, but I wouldn't be looking to buy in this level at this point. Right, we got a 30-minute closure as well. 1 hour closure. 1 hour, 30. What would be ideal is if we left this 15 and we expanded higher, took all-time highs, printed a fresh gap in the meantime, and then we could just trade into ATH towards 30 bands. Good stuff, Ian. Good stuff, bro. I have no idea how you traded this market, dude, but I guess good work. I want to see you start journaling these trades, dude. At least putting them in profits and loss. Right? Show me your P&L, win or lose, and show me the setup. Right? If you don't do that, it's not even worth writing in chat about. Right? Because I want to see these setups. Right? I want to see what you're doing, baby. It's part of the growth. So it looks like we're reacting up this 5-minute first presented. Got our V shape. Right? Got our inversion. Let's see if it cycles. 54. Okay. Small scale. You gotta be careful with scalping, bro. Like, are you gonna scalp on your funded accounts? Honest question. Like, if you had a funded account, would you be scalping on it right now? No. So again, just remember that. Write that down on a piece of paper and stick it on your monitor. Right? Not at all. Right. So just again, write it down. Put it on a piece of paper. When you get to funded, it is crucial that you are consciously aware of the fact that you are not trading evaluation, and you're gonna have to change your style and your methods, right? So that's where things can get dangerous if you're in the business of blowing accounts and not making any money. Consistently, that is, consistently. Because anybody can scalp a funded and get a big payout, no problem. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. But to do it consistently, right, and respect risk and withhold the integrity of the account, that's trading, right? So just be aware of that, brother. Just be aware of that. But good scalp. I mean, you definitely traded the right direction. Let's see here. Where are we at? Looks like we're mitigating 30-second BPR down in this region. Looks like lower. Feels like lower. We'll see. I'm gonna paper trade this. I truly think this will be a bearish SMT. I mean, it is a bearish SMT, right? Until it's not. But again, we haven't seen any obvious shifts in structure. Looking at this here, like we you know, this big bullish leg, we've kind of just been trending, right? We took some liquidity, we reacted, but like look at the buy side reaction, right? So what I'm hoping is that we can continue this higher and void this bearish SMT, because we do have a bullish SMT at the bottom here. And to be honest, I mean, the bullish SMT is in line with momentum. Look at this. Hilarious. But that's good you switched to paper, bro. It's good you switched to paper. Nice work locking out. Just a friendly reminder, before you go to enter a trade, check financial juice. Make sure that Trump isn't live or anything like that, because that'll hurt you. Also, boys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. More people that drop the thumbs, apparently the more people that view it. So let's run it up. We're gonna be running some YouTube streams for the next little bit here. I've been enjoying the YouTube. There you go. Yeah, I appreciate all of you for tuning in, as per usual. Right? Hopefully you guys are still getting value from the streams, and you know, we can continue to just get better together. That's all about. All right, for now, we're chilling. $167 points off this 15. I'm gonna look to see how price reacts in and around this level. We do have an SMT here as well. We got SMTs all over the place. Right, so again, if we get SMTs on both sides of the market, it's usually a sign that we're in a consolidation. Right, a bit of a consolidation, and we don't want to be trading consolidations. We want to trade expansions. It's likely to create a 5-minute gap. Let's see if it respects or not for long or short. Yeah, again, trading consolidations is higher risk for sure. I'd rather wait for a breakout and then a pullback and then a continuation. Right, this is more like reversal scalping, right? Buying the lows, selling the highs. No bueno. Right, so that's why this 15 doesn't really interest me all that much, boys, because we could easily just flip, take PM low, breakout, AMD. Right? We have a draw, literally. We have a session draw on the bottom of the AM, on the bottom of the accumulation. So that's why this level seems a little bit sus, because we could simply liquidate into our 4-hour POI on mitigated bullish 4-hour fair value gap, manipulate, and then go higher. Right, so I'd rather see a sweep of this low and then a bullish gap, right? A flip of this. Right? I'd like to see this go if I'm going to trade off this in and around this region. But we need to see, again, a sweep of liquidity and then a 15-minute print or higher for upside. Or we simply just push upside, right? And then we retrace higher. Something like this. Not too keen in shorts, because again, this looks like a big fat AMD. And again, when we're unfunded, like the markets need to be clear, right? Like we're all still in the grand scheme of things very green with our trading, right? We don't have years and years and years and years and years and years of earning and paying our bills and managing true capital at this point in our journey. But it doesn't matter, right? That's doing this process and staying consistent with something simple that we know that works and waiting for clarity. That's the hardest thing to do in trading, is wait for clarity, right? Because I could see a reason for buys, I could see a reason for sells. That ain't clarity, man. Yesterday, clarity. Today, range. Just bought a new Rari. Let's go. Let's go. Cash or credit? Honestly, dude, even if you made $10 million today, would you really go buy a Ferrari? Probably not. Like, what a waste of money. Go make fucking 10,000 sandwiches and give them to the homeless. Have a proper impact on the planet. Exactly, bro. Like all that materialistic shit, dude, it's just marketing. It's just marketing for the money you've made in your life, right? And nothing against people who do buy that stuff, but it's important that we prioritize helping others, giving back. That's what life's all about, dude. Imagine buying a $500,000 Ferrari, right? Imagine how many sandwiches and people you could feed with $500,000. How many lives you could change, how many kids you could save and help, right? Or you could just drive your 10-cylinder down the road, right, and stop at every stop sign. Congratulations. Foolish. Again, no discredit towards anybody who's got that kind of stuff, right? Because they're probably helping people out as well, right? It's a bold assumption to say, oh, if you got a Ferrari, you're not helping anybody. Like, far from. But for me, like, it's tough to rationalize that type of purchase at this point, right? Get myself a new Toyota for sure with 10 million. Oh yeah, dude. No, I ain't getting nothing, man. I'm still running the first truck I ever bought, and it's almost got 400,000, rusted right out. And even if $50 million dropped in my lap, I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't be getting rid of it. Not a chance. Not a chance. Run her till she blows, baby. Gotta respect the legacy of the first bot. If I had that amount, I generally would have no idea what to buy. I'd rather just pay off stuff and live more freely. Yeah, man, exactly. Like, lock it up in a trust and call it a day. It's just like winning the lottery, right? Everybody's so quick to spend. You wonder why, what, like 75% of lottery winners are broke within 10 years? Or sooner. Like, it's fucking crazy to me. That's why quick cash is never good cash, bro. Quick cash is never good cash, right? Right, so it looks like we're getting a bit of a stall on these highs here, gang. Took all-time highs on the S&P. Just leave this here for now. Swept all-time highs, swept 75K. To be honest, I'd like to see S&P continue higher, truly. I would love to see the S&P pump. Right, 75 is, you know, double bearish S&P. Yeah. I bought EU. Okay, let's take a look, brother. Let's take a look. Whew. Okay. Again, don't focus too much on the draws I'm marking out. My time frames might be a little bit different than yours. Not sure how you have your settings set up. Again, my question to anybody who's ever trading is, where are our draws, right? So if we look at EU, we did take some big sell side here, right? Whatever this was, this kind of like early New York liquidity. We swept AM low, we swept London low, sweep, sweep, sweep. Now we're reacting. Just be cautious, right? Because we are still floating near this old session low, this London low. But again, great reaction. So let's see how the market cycles out. This 30-minute got tapped, fulfilled. Shouldn't be an issue. The 4-hour, no 15. We got a 15 up and through here. Well, hold up, CISD. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even look at higher time frame lows, dude. I just use sessions. And usually they're these lows, right? And you can see that, like, if we take the session low, we're going to take this weak ass low, because the time that this low was formed in the market means absolutely nothing, right? You want to look at these kill zone timings, right? So we took this low, and of course we're going to crush these lows. So yeah, 1 hour low, 4 hour low, session lows, 2 session lows. Reacting, good little reversal play. Is there an SMT with anything on this low? Is Forex the same? Forex is, I don't even know how to describe Forex. I don't want to say it's easier or harder to trade. It's, Forex usually has one good move a day at most, right? 1 to 2. Some days it unspools, but you can just see, like, it's a lot more corrective, right? It's a lot more corrective. But when it moves, like, it trends very, very beautifully, right? It's very rare you'll see Forex just melt, right? You're not just going to see it dump like we see at indices, because this is a country's actual currency. It's a lot more stable than a stock market, right? Or a group of companies, like an index fund or an indice, right? But you can just see this beautiful trendy PA, continuation, trendy PA, continuation, trendy PA, continuation, trendy PA, right? Over and over and over. Very rare we get melts. If we get melts, then it's yeah, there's usually some type of intervention, or it's a red folder news announcement. Sorry, I gotta turn these off. They're so messy. So we got double SMT at the bottom. Who knows at the top? To be honest, like, I just want to see this push higher. It looks like we're gonna just continue up today, boys. That's good sign for us. That's easy money. What's SMT? Hold up. Smart money time, or smart money tool, bro. So, for example, I use NQ and ES for correlation, and SMT. Again, if we look at this specific zone on both assets, I'm going to flip back and forth. 5:30 a.m., 9 a.m. 5:30 a.m., 9 a.m. NQ took the 5:30 low. ES, 5:30, 9 a.m. Oh, it's actually here, but whatever. I'm going to mark it here. ES did not take the low. NQ did. S&T, smart money tool. It's basically a sign that the market is turning around. Right, it's a good sign if we see this on the bottom side of PA, right, that the market is going to reverse to some extent, right, or turn around and continue in this case, right? So another example would be, let's look at the highs here, right? NQ failed to take the all-time high, right? So we have this SMT here because NQ took the high from, like, over here, right? This would have been all-time highs somewhere around NQ. If we look, right, you can see the crack in correlation, right? So really it's like here. And this is a super ugly SMT. But it is an SMT. Right? So this could have been means for the market to turn around, and it was, right? Look at this. Because think of it this way. Both assets share the same liquidity pools, but both assets have their own liquidity pools. So, as an example, earlier today, this morning, right? ES takes all-time highs, takes buy-side liquidity, and proceeds to sell off or retrace to the downside. Yes, we took a London high here. Don't worry about that. But this market pulled back partially. NQ pulled back partially because ES tapped into buy-side liquidity. Right now, this is where it's important to pay attention, because just because we have an S&P doesn't mean the market's turning around and gunning for the lows. Right? You can see that it simply caused a pullback in the market, and then we read what happens afterwards. Right? If we get an SMT and then a follow through and a shift, right? If we shift below these lows here, or structure shifts bearish off an SMT, then it validates it. Right? And if we're bullish, then any bullish SMT is likely going to be a high prob SMT. And usually you want to run it like 50-minute or higher. Yesterday, perfect example, right? I don't think you were in the stream, brother. But this SMT here and the data wick at 8:30 was literally all you needed to trade yesterday. Right? And these data wick highs are crucial, because even in RM yesterday, for example, there was some guys that took break evens on this entry here, off this level, because they failed to identify the data wick. Right, the data wick was the first point of liquidity, not the London high. London high being here. Right, so if you're targeting London high, right, nah, first partial data wick, bro. So anyways, this SMT, check it out. Right, ES took sell side liquidity and V-shape, right? V-shape, violated 15-minute order flow to the downside, and then that was all we needed to see, right? The SMT and the violation on both assets trending now in unison to the highs, right? We got this violation here, and that was literally all we needed. Now with NQ, I mean, it was an absolute steamer of a setup, because we had this 15-minute level. We had data wick, we had all-time highs, we had London high, we had something else in through here. I think it was a PM high or an AM high, whatever. Anyways, plenty of good draws, right? The data wick up here, but more importantly too, breaker block. So like this was, you can see that this level in through here was just absolutely phenomenal. Breaker block with a fair value gap. Right, unicorn breaker on a 15-minute breakers are super busted. But the SMT told us the story. Right? The SMT told us the story. Because if you were only trading NQ, you're like, well, I want to see it take sell side, you know, I want to see it take Asia low before. And then it's like, well, why didn't it take Asia low? You know, that's why. So that's why it's important that if you're trading NQ to also use ES. And I think Euro's got I think EU and GU are ultimately, right? Look at this. I think EU and GU are the play as well, from the research I've done with young George there. Because DXY is, I don't think DXY is as strong of a confluence when there's divergence or SMT. Right, but look at this. Euro dollar takes sell side, takes that 1 hour low, takes, you know, 2 or 3 more session lows through here, and then V shapes and starts turning around. GU fails to take the low, probably takes some session liquidity in through here, but then again it's turning around. It's like, well, fuck, it didn't take London. It didn't. Oh, that's 10 push-ups. You know, it didn't take London low. It didn't take the 4 hour low, right? But again, if you trade an asset that has a correlated asset with it. Trade 2 correlated assets, then you can use this concept, and it's super powerful. You know, I use it on the 15-minute plus for directional bias, or to help me pinpoint draws, right? Like again with NQ, like we have this beautiful draw sitting right here, dude, and like for me, it's hard to believe that the market didn't take that, right? But again, SMT, right? Was was it? ES. Right. So we can see that the market wants to leave this, and many times, like I've showed before, the market will leave sell side liquidity pools. So don't wait for sell side to get run before you're buying, because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 plus sell side draws that have yet to be taken. Right? And why? Because like look for these SMTs right in and around these draws. Right? The market manipulates in and around these areas, leaves it for later, cycles higher. Right on. Anyways, probably could have clipped that rant, who knows, 5 minutes ago. Thanks for tuning into this lesson on SMTs, gentlemen. Now, what's happening? We got our first 15-minute presented, right? It looks like a bit of a breakaway gap so far. So again, not looking for price to cycle back into this region for longs. I'd rather see this SMT get violated, print us a 15 in the process of doing so, and then we can buy and keep the upside. But again, we need to see price materialize. Woo! Nvidia is just cooking. Absolutely cooking. The last month and a half has been pure smoke. Nvidia's loving the war. Microsoft is key levels for buying right now. Microsoft is in a big key zone. Weekly breaker, inverse, could come a little lower, but this is turnaround time. CISD breaker, beautiful. I think Microsoft is a really good buy for anybody that's looking to get involved. Looks like we're starting to kind of stall up here. Right, another SMT. So if we go a little lower, look at this. 950, 1020. 950, 1020. So again, what do we expect to happen? There's really two things. It's either going to cause a pullback somewhere into this leg or lower, or NQ is simply going to continue higher and invalidate the SMT. The CEOs are in China with the orange man. Yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens, man. I hope Trump continues to just pump this market. It's been arguably the easiest trading conditions of my life, outside of the rando tweets that could hurt you. They could also help you. Oh yeah. Well, boys, for now, we're just chilling. Mean chilling. Let's let this market come to us today. Nothing to trade so far. Hey, Sergio, what's up, my man? How we doing? How we doing, Serge? Welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on now. Who we still got in here? We're just chilling. This is one of those days where, like, you know, people dip out early and then a beautiful setup happens late session. You can smell it. Doing good, doing good. Right on, man. Right on. Happy Thursday. You enjoying this weather, brother? It's a good mix. Makes you appreciate the sun a little bit more. Yeah, very interesting weather. It's, yeah, looking like a couple days of this sauce too, eh? No, this isn't Brain FM, bro. This is just straight YouTube. But Brain FM's similar. Very similar. Brain FM, like, you can crank up the binaurals, or, you know, if you got, there's like an ADHD mode that makes the music more intense, so it, like, stimulates your mind more. Supposed to be spending the weekend out of Lake Isle. Oh, good luck, bro. Good luck. Hopefully the wind dies down. If it's not windy, I mean, you guys will be alright. You guys will be alright. Worst case scenario, you just dip. But it's your parents out there, right? Am I right? Taking my... Dude, you have an RV? What? You got a photo of this thing? You got a photo of this thing, bruv? Send it in the Discord, brother. I gotta see this thing. It looks like we're starting to pedal higher. $30-footer, holy shit! It's an RV, not a trailer. I don't know if there's a difference. Trailer's like a pull behind, right? No difference. Okay, is it so you pull behind your truck? Nice. Shit, man, 30 feet. How many kids you planning on taking out there, bro? That's wild, eh? A lot of room in there, bro. Is that what RV stands for? Recreational vehicle? Fuck, no way. No way. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Where's everybody at? No, it's all good, man. We're chilling. All right, there's the cycle, boys. Get ready. We're starting to push. We are not done for the day. We are just getting started. We are just getting started, baby. Let's go. Like to see this SMT go. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Morning, gang. How we doing? How's everybody doing? How you doing? Gotta love all the shady fucks that just pop in and out. Say what up. Don't be rude. Say what up. Oh, baby. Clear the highs. Clear the highs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're in here, say what up. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Are we done for the day? Are we still trading? Are we looking long? Are we looking short? What's happening? What's happening? Gotta see this SMT get violated, and then we're friggin' wide open to the upside, boys. Let's go. Come on now. You know anybody that struggles to trade with all-time highs, guys, link them to stream. We'll show them how it's done. We'll show them how it's done. Let's go. Yeah, there's a few good trannies in the trading space, eh? Transitioning off FX. Few good trannies, eh? Oh shit. I'm a tranny. Don't tell anybody. Well, yeah, RV is just general. Recreational vehicle. Alright, so like a camper van would be, you would, because it's how you insure it, right? Insurance is like RV insurance. Yeah, which would be like seasonal, right? Guys, we are about to clear the high. Oh, yeah, we need to get some better beats. I know, I'm super calm. It's quite nice. Ooh, this one's called The Reflection of My Dream. Oh boy. What's good, what's good, what's good? What up, chat? How we doing? Say what up. Don't lurk, say what up. Gosh, man. You gotta love a good swig of water. Oh, come on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. S&P had no respect whatsoever for 7,500. Let's get that off the screen. Waste of our lines. Waste of our digital ink, boys. Okay, could be a later session entry once more. You just expand a little higher. Pull back. Go. Let's go. Looking at a long NQ, it's stronger on the day. Change in percentage is stronger on the day, even though ES is visually leading. Serge, how's work today, buddy? You guys still booming, or are you a little slower than yesterday? Jose's got that crown, dude. Let's go. Jose, I'm gonna put slow mode on soon, man. You've been spamming the chat. Taking that first place. Thanks for stopping in, everybody who's in the stream right now. Make sure to drop a like if you don't mind. If you take something away, or if you've taken something away from the stream, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. If we need volume adjustments on the beats, let me know. I can easily tweak them up or down. I think we're gonna go a little higher. There we go. A little high for you guys. Lol, what can I say? I like being numero uno. There you go. Love being first, don't mind being last. Spanish guy that loves being first? What? No way. I'm just playing. You're not even Spanish, dude. You're Hispanic, aren't you? That's like calling an indigenous person a European. Hispanic, yeah, there you go. My bad, bro. You'd smack me next time you see me. Disrespectful. Boys, we got some good upside today. Look at this. It's kicking in. It's kicking in. It's what we like to see. I'm not like those white girls that go, I'm 20 halves. To be honest, no idea. Every white girl wants to be either Italian or Hispanic or, you know, something that ain't flat as a board. Okay, cool, man. Your great grandpa was a conquistador, hey? Hmm. 20 halves. Hilarious. Hey ho ho. Alright guys, patience is paying off so far. We're starting to get what we want. SMT is gone. Get rid of it. I'm so sick of looking at that. Now again, when we're looking at the market, guys, remember down here when we were talking about this 15-minute fair value gap? Remember we were talking about it? So, here's the thing. We weren't keen on longing off this level because if we came back this far and the market's trending bullish, it just feels like we're going to take this PM low. It's just sitting right there, this beautiful draw. Now, we've cycled away from it, right? We failed to mitigate this 15 showing bullish intent, right? We straight up went off this inversion, right? So now, right, where's our next draw? Up. We don't need a specific line, right? Our next draw is up. 30K, but up. Right? We don't want to see the market expand higher, take all-time highs, and then try and sell it into these PM lows. Risky business, right? If you were going to do that, you should have did it off the S&T. But now that we're synced up, we're vibing. We're vibing into this level. And again, remember, how I'm trading right now is a beautiful example, in my opinion, on how you can trade and grow your buffer sustainably, right? Whether that's getting through an eval, but specifically, or getting through an eval sustainably, but specifically on how to trade buffer. We're literally aiming for the daily minimums, which is $150 per account on Flex 50Ks and $100 on the Pro 50K. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Check this out. SMT 30-minute breaker. Again, I don't trade breakers, boys. But for anybody who is interested in them, very, 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 very powerful. Very powerful. 30-minute breaker holds price up, right? We don't even touch the 15-minute or the 30-minute FEG here as well. Just expands to a 30. Holy crap. Let's go. Okay, we got 12 minutes till we potentially print our first 15 of the session on NQ. ES is just pumping. Yeah, thank you to NVIDIA, up 4% today. My gosh. Unbelievable. AVGO also exploded past all-time highs. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Iron's moving. Core weave kind of stuck. CDW. Bye-bye. How's that EU position, bro? Are you still running? It's interacting with this 30-minute here. It failed to flip it once, twice. Well, I guess it formed it here. 1, 2 stabs. Yeah, this is 4x for you. I mean, it looks like we're trending. It really does. Right, we got this first presented 5 minute down here. No 15, no 30. So this is really your last line in the sand right here. Right, and if price decides to hold off this level, then that's a huge win. Huge win for upside, but yeah, expect some friction in and around this 30-minute here. 30-minute? Yeah, there you go. Here we go, boys. It's not a 5. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How we doing, gang? Happy Thursday. Stay dialed. We got another hour 10 left on the session. Right, this is where focus matters most. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, man. Just focus on how you're managing it now. Make sense of what you're doing now. Right, so lesson learned from, was it Tuesday, Serge? Yeah, Tuesday. Right, I lost track of time. I thought the session was over, or 5 to 10 minutes over. I brought another guy up on stage. We talked about beef. We literally talked about beef. Ended the conversation, came back to the charts, and there was literally a setup. Right, because I broke my focus, I was in a panicked state or a worried state, right? And I took the sell position. Now, because I entered the trade in a worried state, I basically micromanaged it on the 32nd. I said, listen, if we don't break out now, I'm nipping it. And we didn't break out, so I nipped it, and then it fell. Right, which is, again, I put these like this rapid expectation where it's like, if the market doesn't go now, it has to go now. Right? And again, my focus was broken. Yes, you know how it is. Moo. Right, so my focus was broken, and it cost me over $1,200 Canadian. So, or US, sorry, 1,200 US. So think about that for a second, right? This last hour, right, 11 to 12 Eastern is crucial. That's when we got to stay dialed. And that's, again, the market took its time to set up, and now we're starting to cycle beautifully. So for now, I'm looking for this 15-minute to confirm, and then we're all guns long. We're all guns long here, boys. Damn, Surge, nice trailer, man. Took a small profit on you, got out just before B. There you go. Well done. Break even. 2 least favorite words. Break even. There's a time and a place for break evens, for sure. All right, just under 6 minutes till we confirm here. Let's see if price can hold up and give us our print. If not, all good. Right? All good. This is all part of the game, boys. This is all part of the game. Also, Macy, I don't know if you're still here, brother, but remember when we talked about wick sweeps? Like, if we wicked this high, we don't body close above it, we leave a 15, it's just that much more probable that we're going up. Wick sweeps are weak, man. We want to see body closures above, then the turnaround. because a body close above shows strength, right? And if the strength is immediately disrespected with bearish order flow, it's a better sign than just some measly little wick. Look at this. Perfect example, right? We closed below, looked like we were going. You know, people are thinking market shift, right? We closed below the low, right? We're taking shorts off this region to target PM low now, and you got slapped. Right? It's all part of the mind games. Just understanding the psychology in the market, right? Here we are. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dude, there's so many people live streaming trading these days. Like, I see all these AI generated thumbnails. It's wild. Thousands of people out there. This looks really good on ES. Okay. Three minutes till closure. Guys, I'm gonna go take a quick leak. I'll be back in a second. Right on. All right, looks like the market's still holding our gap, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Looks like we're still holding. Let's see what happens here. I want to look for a nice clean entry model here, boys. I want to see something clean. Where we are a little bit high up in the leg, but that's totally fine. Let's see if we can respect. Looks like we're gonna fill. All right, so we're voided on our 15 minutes on NQ. How is ES looking? ES, we're still looking really good. All right, we got our 15 print on ES, guys. I'm gonna keep eyes on ES here. Again, if you're trading on ES micros, it's $5 a contract, right? NQ $2 a contract, right? And NQ might just cycle off this 5 minute. I'd like to see ES come down in this 15 though. So we'll see if it leaves it open or if we do get a bit of a pullback here. 50% of the wick. Let's see if we can reject. B to equal highs for future targeting. We got some inducement liquidity here. Let's see what happens, boys. Half a point stab into the 5 minute. Might just be a 5 minute continuation. Wow. Right, again, remember what we were talking about here? We did get the SMT. But when we still see this bearish order flow being respected, and we got this draw sitting right here, you can just see like it was a good stab up in, but this leading edge of this 30 might have been a good option for a partial if you're looking to trade it. But the way that this market's rolling over, we're likely to tap into the London low. Right, and that's why these random 4 hour and 1 hour lows are useless in my opinion, unless they're a kill zone. Right, a kill zone time, which are these lines that I got marked out here. A little bit less probable, right? Now, the market keeps cycling lower, man. I mean, what's next, right? Where's our next draw? We got London high. Now we got London low again, another London low. And again, the market might just continue to reach, right? It might just continue to reach it. But that's why I don't mark out 1 hour and 4 hour lows. I think it's a total waste of time. I think it's an unreliable level, right? Because if oftentimes, right, if we look at this here, oh, 4 hour high, but is it a 4 hour high or is it also a London high, right? An old kill zone high, right? It's a kill zone high. And you'll start to notice that these levels are all you need. All right, helps validate the quality of the level. All right, and again, this was, we did take session lows here, but that's where you also pair order flow, right? Fair value gaps. 15 minute, 30 minute hadn't gone inverse. We didn't get a 15 or a 30 to the upside, so it's high risk, right? You're trading lower time frame into higher time frame trending fair value gaps. Right, until we start to flip these 15, 30, 1 hours, then we're likely going to continue lower in this scenario, back into the draw. And I think we're getting left behind here, boys. I think we're getting left behind. All right, we got this little baby micro tap in off the 5. There's our inverse, 1 minute inverse. Again, I don't trade 5 minute levels. I have zero interest in them. If you're going to take 5 minute entries or 5 minute POIs, I would say 30-second entries are the most acceptable. And in this scenario, yeah, 30-second went inverse right around the same region with a retest. All right, there's the retest into the BPR. All right, so we'd look for strength off this if we're looking for higher pricing. 27 point stop off the 5 minute level. Not my style, right? Not my style. Yeah, well done, Jose. Well done. Maybe price will leave the 30-minute FEG on ES, pull back and give us an entry. Other than that, nothing. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. We got this 15 too, so at any point we could tap back in. But usually when we take one side of the candle, we're going to expand higher. Like this market is just expanding beautifully. 30-minute would be glorious. Again, we're looking at that's like real. We're looking into the tail end of the session for sure here. Right. Okay. So we got our BPR outside of the disrespect. This low here. Last up sequence of bullish candles, shifting us to the upside. Right. We got a bullish CISD here. Now what we don't want to see is a bearish CISD off these last sequence of up candles, right? We don't want to see price come below this level. If it wicks below this level, then we're likely coming lower. Right, but this is key zone. This looks good for upside. All right, look for this little micro flip here. Right, pulled back into our region. We want to see hold. Right, printed a bearish fair value gap. We want to see this disrespect, invalidating this pullback, weakening this high. Right, they just start to study how these pullbacks work. Right, they form these fake signs of bearish confluence. Right, these fair value gaps, and then when they become disrespected, it's a beautiful sign. And this should run. We got this level here. That's held price down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This is now the 6th test into this level. So if we clear this, then we should be clear for upside. ES, chilling. All right, another thing we can look for here, guys. Let me show you. Very minor SMT. Comprende? So again, 5-minute level. I don't trade 5-minute levels, but if you do, this is how I would trade it. 5-minute level, NQ taps in, SMT, 1-minute inversion, 1-minute CISD off the high, right? Take the retest. We've now cleared, We've now cleared this 1 minute. We get a retest, and it should go. Right, so multiple different ways you can get involved in this market. There's different levels of confirmation. This is looking like the final level. Right, we want to see this bullish order flow that we're starting to form be respected. But there's the retest. Sometimes it'll just retest the original, basically the first inversion on the entire leg. Right, entry could have been here. Right, expect the pullback off this level, pulls back, pushes this into our position, and then cycles higher. Or you wait for the flip here, and you would basically run the risk a little bit different, right? It'd be a retest, and then you would cover this low up into the highs. But for now, let's get off this lower time frames. Let's stay focused on what we're actually going to trade. Gotta run, folks. Have a great day. Okay, ciao, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you tomorrow. But But I hope you guys get what I'm laying down here. Right? We're looking at the interactions between bearish fair value gaps, bullish fair value gaps, and how price starts to invert and disrespect them. That with a CISD, I mean, you're laughing. Once you could start to pinpoint this type of transition and shift, right? Remember, this didn't cycle bullish because of this gap, right? The change is not this gap. The change is the inversion, the tap into liquidity, the SMT, and the CISD. Right? That is what cycled the market higher. We pull back into a level. We print an SMT with ES. We invert a bearish gap, the first presented on this leg. The only one. And we flip it. We get our CISD. We come back in, we retest, and we go. Boom, shakalaka, bing, bang. Ricky, how we doing, buddy? How we doing today, Rick? Hit me up with some saucy, bro. What's going on? All good. Right on, bro. Right on. In the longs, right on. Yeah, good trade to be in. Both assets cleared all-time highs too, so we should be laughing. Yeah, you could, bro. 30K. 30K. Give yourself 30 points. 20, 30 points below. Yeah, the abyss is a beautiful place, man. That's where most people go wrong, bro. They're afraid to, not only in trading but in life, to enter into the unknown. The universe is pointing into the unknown and people just turn away. What an analogy. Yeah, don't ever be afraid to trade into all-time highs, brother. The only time I would be cautious is if there was SMT off the highs. But ES is absolutely nuking today. It's rare to see ES keeping up with change in percent. Very rare. There was a, it does look like there was a nice entry here. Again, not off of fair value gap, but off the breaker formation, 30-minute breaker. Only thing is there was SMT off the highs, so it would have been a little dicey if you're taking longs there. But the market's so bullish. Right, so for anybody interested in breaker blocks, again, this would have likely have been the entry. Right, we get the SMT at the low. The market confirms we're not hunting these sell side draws. Yo, what up, Not? How we doing, brother? Long time, man. Long time. So this, again, this would have been the breaker. Right, price pulls back in. We're looking at our most recent leg of price. Boom, boom, boom. Key little inverse right here. Right, take it on the retest. All right, what else did we get? Like I say, CISD. All right, first partial could have been 94 points, 64 points. A little bit of a wider stop, but this is a good example of a breaker entry, right? And then you could have partial off at the high, left the runner, and you still would have been going in it. You broke something? What'd you break, man? Hopefully it wasn't your face. Hopefully it wasn't your face. Broke your finger? What? How'd you break your finger, bro? Broke your finger up playing football. Damn, dude. Rest in peace, finger. Well, go get it. Go get it looked at, man. Hmm. The market is just gone, boys. Gone without us today. At this point. My friend shoots hard and he laughed at me. Prick. Friend's a prick, man. Yo, you're from a YouTube live, right? You don't trade, if I'm correct. You joined in on a YouTube live I did. That's awesome. Good to see you again. I feel like it's been a month. What a time to be alive, eh? What a time to be alive. This is nuts. Like I said, boys, some of the easiest trading conditions of my life. I started eval trading again, like independently or individual evals, like right around here. Caught a couple sells, and then it was just all buys. All buys. I think there was one short in here that profited. But, like, it's too easy. This is why we shouldn't be afraid to trade into all-time highs. Like, look at the market. It says, it's just, there's no interest in sell side. There's no interest. Very little. Very, very, very little. Another very key detail, boys. 4-hour time frame. Look at this. Look at the respect. Tried to close, nope. Tried to close, nope. Tried to close, nope. Boom. Market opens up. See ya. Oh, this is just spicy. Ricky, where'd you get in at, brother? Are you in a little down by the lows earlier on? I never had mod. Nah, dude, you gotta earn that ninja style. Yeah. Nobody knows, man. He's in and he's out. Nobody knows. I like it. I like it. Keep it secret. It's my civic duty. Civil duty? Civic? Civic? Civil? It's my civil duty to share my model because I learned it off somebody else. It is my duty as a trader to share what works. Let everybody else fucking cop it. Anything that we have perceived or thought of as our own has already been identified and created in some way or another. We're all just trying to do the same thing, man. Not asking me. No, of course not. Of course not. Not Iljas. Not Iljas. Is that your name, brother? Not Iljas? AI is booming. Hey, amen, bro. AI is booming. Is it weird that I kind of want to brave the wind and the cold today and go smack some golf balls? Yeah, when you see tech looking this green, it's never a bad thing. Nvidia, dude, nuts. Microsoft starting to react off that low. Meta, what perverted price action, right? This is meta for you. Look at these gaps. Ugly. Up there, right there? Right where? I'd have your eyes set on 30K, bro. 29,980. 29,975. Give it a 20, 30 point buffer. A famous YouTuber made you a mod? Right on, dude. That's amazing. Congratulations. Which YouTuber? I want to be an employee for the rest of my life. That's cool. That's cool, man. All right, at this point, I mean, the market is absolutely unspooling. So if we get a tap into a fresh print and a tap into any type of 15 or 30 minute, I mean, I'm going for it. I'm likely going for it. SML movies? Never heard of them, or her, or them, or they. Whatever. Nonsense. I'll look it up later, bro. Nine million subs? Damn. That's aggressive. Are you one of his #1 fans? If you guys have any questions as well related to all-time highs or anything psychologically that you're working through, let me know. I can give you some advice if it's applicable. Where'd our music go? Seriously? First follower? No way. No way. That's pretty cool if you are. Yo, guys, anybody in here, make sure to hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Helps out the algorithm. We're about to get a 30-minute print. Man, ES is just pumping. Yeah, I'll check him out later, bro. For sure. Can make some time for that, no problem. I'm glad you're a mod, man. I mean, is he paying you now or what? Is he just got free mods? Like, that's not cool. Better be paying you if you're working for him. NQ has been dry all day on levels, boys, aside from this lower region down through here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You better not be saying oh my god, man. I'm gonna be a little offended out here. Not only me, but a big man upstairs. Oh my gosh, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did it again. Yeah, Ricky, I mean we're like just shy of 200 points from 30 G's, boys. I'd be looking for Price to reach these levels by the end of the week. Right? Oh, Friday is going to be a boomer too. Do you have any red folder Friday? We got nothing tomorrow. Trump says China's President XI, however you say it, offered to help on Iran. That's good news. Look at that. That was at 10:47. So no real reaction off that news announcement. Kind of this little push up here. Nothing worth writing home about, boys. Nothing worth writing home about. Another famous YouTuber made me a mod. That's phenomenal, bro. I'm super happy for you. Make sure they're paying you. I have no idea who that is, dude. So Ricky, I got a question for you, man. Are you, like, what time is it over there? What time does New York start? What time is 9:30 Eastern? Like, it must be, shit, it must be like into the evening for you, right? Welcome everybody, welcome. Market is setting up around 11:30 Eastern. We're starting to get some levels print. Right? This is where patience and focus matter. Patience is useless if you don't have extended focus. Right, guys? No bono. S&P is officially up 8.85%. Here's the thing, like NQ is stronger on the day. Right? NQ is stronger on the day, but ES has all the levels, man. Let's eat. So you trade in the evening, then what, do you go to the studio at night? The music studio? Or how does that work for you? Like, what does your typical day look like? Right on, man. Go play with your friends. That's all good. Have fun. Be safe. Surge watching ES. Yeah, two ways we can do it, right? We could either we could set our level on ES and we could trade it off NQ. Right? We could take our entries on NQ but trade the ES levels. Or you could simply trade ES because they're both fairly strong. Ciao, Not. Have a great one, man. Be well. But just like the short I took on Tuesday, right? We tapped into ES's level. I took the trade on NQ. Because NQ was weaker. And if you pay attention to that sell-off specifically, go back and look at it, you can see that NQ liquidated fully to the draws that were listed, and then it completely turned around. Whereas I think that's where it may have printed an SMT with ES, right? So again, it's always better to buy the stronger asset, even if it's off a level on the other asset. You missed your long hair? Well, good thing hair grows, brother. It'll grow back. Yeah, they're both pretty even. Both pretty even. Structurally, NQ looks way better. Look at this recent structure on the 30-minute. Like this bleh. Alright. Structurally, NQ looks better. Got London in morning and NY in afternoon. Okay. You trade both sessions? I traded both sessions when I lived in Bali, bro, and it was, oh my gosh, it was exhausting. I'm from Canada, brother. I am from Canada. Good tell. Love to see a price pull back in the 30-minute on ES. Yeah, bro, that'd be solid. That'd be absolutely solid. Only thing is, like, then we'd be flipping a 15 at that point. Personally, I'd rather just see us tap into this 15 and launch. Personally. But the 30 minutes a decent probability too, right? That's where like a second stab would make sense. I'm Canadian, my brother. I live in igloos. It's always cold up here. And all we eat is maple syrup. Yeah, man. Where are you from? Wake up, take my kids to school, then mark up London, study news, study, gym, training, studio, sleep. Holy crap, that's a day. What are you studying? Life of a full-time trader? You studying trading or what? Just having a 30 still trading. Yeah, dude, Serge, that's a beautiful call right there. That's a beautiful call, but I mean, sheesh, that's a bit of a pullback. Oh, not bad. Not bad. 16 points. Not the end of the world. Hello, ich bin Iljas. Hello. Oh, what are you, Dutch? Ich bin Iljas. Not Ilhas. Iljas. Yeah, exactly. I think when the market does turn around, it's gonna be a steep melt. It's gonna be one of these. But again, what does it matter what I think? I did it in German. It means hi. Okay. Are you German, bro? I'm Dutch, man. We're basically the same pile of shit. Over aggressive, loud people. Please don't tell any hardcore Germans that I called them piles of shit. I don't want to die. I like mustard. I just don't like the gas of mustard. Sorry, that's a little edgy. My apologies. That's pretty good German though, man. The guy I used to work with is German. And he'd always be running around the office yelling German shit. Lustig. Lustig. Yeah. Heil God. Heil God. Also, Sergi boy, we're getting a 1 hour print pretty quick here. We're getting a 1 hour print. This is just a ridiculous leg of price. Look at this. Not a pullback. This is unbelievable. Whee! That's the power of using two assets, boys. That's the power. Cha cha cha. Cha cha cha. Ha. Ooh. Cha cha cha. Cha cha cha. If you do salsa, bro. Cha cha cha. Cha cha cha. Cha cha cha. Hoo. Cha cha cha. I know the Hispanic boys are for sure salsa guys. Salsa dancing is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. Yeah, late session. Yeah, it's all good. Here comes our pullback. Sneaky little bastard. Look at this. Oh, that's a swear. That's 10 push-ups. That's 20 on the day so far. Look at this. Look at this. Take the low and reject. I'm looking for it. We're getting a little risky this high up in the leg, right? A little bit risky, boys. But isn't trading always risky? You're out? Well done. Attaboy, Ricky. Collect the bag, man. I love to see it. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Now you can go to the studio and make some banger beats. 1.4R. Let's go, man. Well done, dude. I always respect paying yourself. There's nothing ever wrong about collecting a bag. No, sir. Another SMT. Sheesh. 5-minute top in. SMT. It might just be a 5-minute kind of day, man. But we got some work still. We gotta invert up here. Neinst du mein Land Spieb. Sheeb. Shibe? Sheeb? Shibe? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. So this was a 5-minute continuation off this little minor liquidation. 5-minute continuation. Let's see if it does it again. Respecting order flow. We're starting to see good wick rejections off these bearish gaps, boys. Let's see if we can pull back down into our little tickler of a 15. You're such a troll, bro. I love it. Guys, make sure your TradeAvate's logged in if you're still trading. Sometimes it'll log out. It'll go inactive. Okay, we've got to fulfill this 1 minute now. Right, want to see this reject lower, tap us in, give us an IFEG, boom shakalaka, big bang. Let's go higher. ES, not really worried about ES right now. Not gonna lie. I love the snipe an entry off this little baby level. Remember, it's not necessarily the size that matters. It's just understanding what that level is doing, right, and what the expectation is. Again, we're buying pretty high up in the leg, but we have showed no signs of turnaround. So let's see if we can stab in and print us a bit of a level and see what happens. Man, I get a little nervous. Like every time a level prints, it's like I gotta take a leak, man. I gotta take a leak. There's our touch. First presented. Give it to daddy. Points, that's call it 40 points a contract, $40 a contract. That's gonna be 40, 4, 8, 12, 16, 25 contracts for $200 risk. Off a retest. 5 times 4, 5 times 5, 25 total contracts is what I'm looking to trade off this. If we get an inversion and a retest of it. And there goes the FVG. 30-second may confirm here. 30-second confirmation up and through here. Let's see what it gets. Yes, also rejecting off a 5-minute. 30 seconds about to confirm. A little bit more risk. No inversion on the 30-second. Ah. Yeah, the old piss confluence, eh? 30-second failed to flip. Looks like we're getting a lower liquidation. Second failed to flip again. I have no interest in this right now. Not yet. Second flipped. No V shape. I mean, shit, this looks good though. Oh. CISD and a flip. Take it a quick stab. Second inversion. A little bit dicey here. Should have waited for this 1 minute to flip, thinking about it. Should have waited for this 1 minute to flip. I want to see this flip. We'll see how we interact with it. Accept the risk, boys. Okay, I want to see this expand now. Seconds trying. It's trying, man. Not what we want to see. Not what we want to see. Let's get a rejection here. Guys, I'm clipping. I clipped it short. Bit of a blunder on my mistake on my end here. Took this choppy 30-second right into a 1 minute. Not the play. Not the play. Let's get refocused here. Low grade entry. Low grade entry. Yeah, that's a piss poor entry on my books. Oops. It's okay. Trying to reject. Let's see what happens. S&P looks like it's trying to pull it up. It just looks weak. Yeah. Yeah, I took a reduced loss on this. Bad play. Bad play. Took a 30-second move right into this 1 minute. Little dicey. Looks like price is holding down. Looks like we're holding down for lower. looks like we're priming for higher. Wait, this is starting to hold. I want to take another shot at it. Yeah, it's just went fucking stale, man. Looks like we could be printing the bottom wick, expand higher. This just seems like it's gonna cycle lower until we start to show signs of strength off this. Just wedging. Minutes being respected too. I'm taking another stab. We want to see these two levels getting validated ASAP. So this is damage control trade now, boys. Damage control trade. Got to be careful for this SMT too. So the longer N or ES stalls, the better for us. But we're cycling higher, right? We respected this 15. We respecting this 5. Look at all the wicks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts into it. Not a single body closure, right? Everything closed above, so we should be clear for highs. The 5 minute gave me the confidence to re-enter this. Let's see what we got. ES cleared all-time highs. We got SMT now. We got to be very careful. Got to be very, very careful. Right, I'm still under a full L on the day or a full size loss. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trail my stop. I got my stop trail to 741. Want to see this continue. Really, really want to see this continue. If you're trading this, boys, breathe, patience. Right, it's a bit of a dicier position because we've cleared all-time highs on ES. We got this SMT at all-time highs. But again, it's such a lower time frame, like it's not the end of the world. If we look at the 15, I mean, they look pretty much the same. We'll just have to see if this 15 can clear, right? But look at this. We got the down wick. We got the down wick. Respected fair value. Now we're cycling towards the top of this next 15-minute candle. Right, we're gonna explode. And I got my big partial off at the top. That's gonna help me mitigate some of that first that clip tell. Let's see if we can get there. I'm completely break even now, boys. Would love to see this clear. All right, give us our down wick and go. Let's not get stalled up here. Give us our down wick and go. This could go either way. Tapping into a 30-second FEG. Trying to respect it. Full fill, cycle higher. See if the 30-second can maintain control here. It looks like we're going to cycle, but everything can change real quick. I think I'd not be greedy. Maybe I'm considering closing off a partial right now. Oh boy, there's the retest down. Sensitive zone. Oh shit, she's coming back hard. Oh, we're sitting BE on this right now. Good rejection off this level. Let's see if we can hold. $10 fresh hourly candle. Baby down wick. Let's see if we can go. This might just be a flat BE for me today, boys. It was tough. I was considering partials at the top here. Just to avoid the stress of a pullback here and still not, not failing to mitigate a portion of this flopped This flopped long. His first attempt. All right. Getting a good reaction here though. Sometimes patience pays, more times than not. Okay, I partialed 3 contracts off. I got 1 runner left. I got a runner at break even. I ain't about to let this come back again. Another fear I have is, yeah, ES failed to print. ES had failed to print a low on this 1 minute candle when it was up top, so looking like we're gonna pull back. Just trying to read the candles for what they are, right? Sensitive zone, but could still cycle lower. We still got the SMT. Right, it's tough to be greedy into an SMT. Looks like it was chop today, but dude, today was far from chop. It was just a pure pump. It was a pure pump all day. Beautiful, beautiful moves. ES specifically, man, just a algorithmic unspooling. How high are we gonna go? Stalled out. Keep in mind that we haven't came back to mitigate much, right? Just this first 15 minute here, which should give us the confidence for higher. It's just going to be a bit of a grinder to get through this. But from here, I mean, I'm pretty much screwed if we violate this low. I'll be out for a break even on this runner. We'll see what happens. Be well, brothers. Be well. Could pop at any time. Could melt. Could pop. God's plan. God's plan, boys. So if I got a runner, I'm down. I realized I'm $35 down on the day without the runner, without including the runner. So if I need to make 150, I need to make 185. Call it 200. I need to make 200 off this. This would need to be 100 points. My entry point is 749, so I'm going to set a runner on exit at 849. And that should give me, at 849, that should give me 100 points on the runner, which would basically make up the 30 and give me the additional 150, 849. I'm looking to run this 100 points. Bit of a far fetch, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Not to say that I have to make 150 on the day. That just gives me my fourth or fifth day towards payout, right? I need 5 days at minimum 150. So I could go ahead and clip it at $100, right? It's not going to count. I'll still make money off it, right? I still make 250 after split US, which is still really good for a choppy day's work with a bit of a mistake here, right? I might, I took a poor entry and the low held, right? So I'm fine with clipping it early. I think this is what happens though with me, guys. Like if you pay attention to how I trade, this entry was filthy. It looked better on the 30-second, but dude, right into a 1 minute. Like, what am I doing? That ain't protocol. So you could see how I got a little antsy right after this happened. It's like, ah, shoot, man. You know, I wasn't comfortable taking a big full loss on this. I'd rather clip the loss and retry, right? And this inversion, right? It melted. I got out early, and then we inversed again. That's when I took it as a sign to go. But we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Cool, I couldn't look at the charts. Getting shit done in the office. Attaboy. Get the 150. Leave the stop loss at B. Let the runner get what you need. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if the market... I mean, it's getting late, dude. It's lunch hour. Likely due for a pullback. I don't think we're going to get just an absolute pump all day. But again, who knows? Who knows? We don't control the market. Only problem here now, guys, is I gotta stay at the charts, right? Because my orders don't expire. Until I'm out of this trade, then I can either take off the stop loss. I guess I don't have to. I could set alerts. Rick, you trading short? Clip it and call it a day soon? Nah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm only $35 down on the day outside of the runner, so you know, am I willing to risk 35 for, you know, 100 extra bucks? I mean, makes sense, right? Not to say it's gonna happen. Who knows what the probability is? But we've both assets cleared all-time highs now, so let's see. Let's just see if we can cycle higher. TP was a little lower. I think it was like here. TP1. Crazy, man. Look at this 15-minute gap, eh? Beautiful. Small but powerful. Still got a good reaction off it. I think just given the time of day and how high we are from the leg, again, we had a bit of chop suey through here. But this is jaded. S&T. See if it holds. Yes, 5-minute. I feel like I'm about to get liquidated. It's just holding up. Like, there's so many lows here. Look at this. So many lows. We got the S&T though. Right now is where we want to see reaction. I mean, shit, we got a big S&T. Not big, but 11.59 and 12.10. 11.59, 12.10. Yeah. Right, so you can see how the pullback it's slanted differently, right? Like this is kind of like an up channel, right? And you would think, oh my gosh, all this low resting or low resistance liquidity, right? But then ES takes this on its own, right? And then fuels this market higher, pulling both up, right? The assets work in tandem until they don't. But we did clear all-time highs, so I don't expect us to just simply wick them. I expect us to continue higher. Traditionally speaking, when we take all-time highs, we get a bit of a pullback. And then we print a fresh high somewhere up. Now with that, you could use standard deviations. Right, it's like the 2. I don't know enough about deviations, boys. But I do know they can be used for targeting. I don't even know if I got the right leg selected here. Okay, got to be careful. Got an SMT off the high now. Right, so what we want to see is we want to see now NQ pull the market up. We want to see NQ pull the market up because it cleared this intermediate high. Right, and ES is now interacting with this 5 minutes. So if ES pulls lower, then it's going to pull this asset lower too. Part of me just wants to clip out for a break even on the day, I'm not going to lie. Right, we're about to print a 15 on ES. We're about to print a, yeah, just a 15 on ES. So it could be a bit of a retracement here, or NQ holds up, ES pulls back, we get another SMT into this 15-minute once it confirms. I clipped. Alright, boys, that is my day. Ay, 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 the mistake cost me some profits. That is a-okay. That's my day. Who we still got in here? All good. Yeah, man, the aggressive entry cost me. The aggressive entry cost me. Still break even on the day. I'm done, but yeah, look at this. ES cycling into just a fresh print on the 15. Fresh print, so we look for top in and we look for Gonzo. Right, so again, this could hold, but at this point, I mean, We had a 1 minute inversion, right? We had a CISD. I clipped it right at the inversion confirmation. I wasn't about to waste this. 20 points. Even if it holds, man. Whatever. Now, if ES takes... Did ES tap in? No, ES hasn't tapped in. It whiffed. Likely to come back down one more time. Yeah. To be honest, I don't really have an issue buying in premium. I have no issue. Like when the market's just moving, I mean, buy like long until you're wrong, right? And we haven't had any type of reason to be wrong yet. Aside from the fact that we're well into lunch. Yeah, I'm done here, man. I am done. Here's the retest. IPG retest. Again, like these wick sweeps are fairly unreliable. So expect this to get ran again. All right, Macy. Ciao, buddy. Have a good one. I still want to buy this market. I really do. Did Ricky said he shorted? Likely got clapped. Shorting all-time highs, man. It's a dicey game. Look for this to go higher. Oh, the urge to just slam longs. This is why the lockout feature is just so powerful. ESI FEG retest again. It's not coming off. It's not coming off of 15, right? Only just a deeper dive into this 5. So while it looks decent, I mean, great V shape. Boom. That's why we don't just market execute there, boys. Holy moly. Fascinating. So this arguably would have just resulted in a break even on the rudder anyways, so the clip was the right call. All right, and if you're still looking to trade this, I would be focused on ES 15 minute. This is getting a little messy. But we've seen no signs of reversal yet on either asset. No signs. Yeah, break even on the day, man. Mitigated that mistake. I'll take it. I will take it. This is tough. This is tough, PA. Lower time frames are starting to shift out a little bit here. I still think longs are probable. But it's a good idea to lock out. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna go ahead and accept the break even today. Lock it out. There we go. Sergi boy, what's going on? Are you wrapped up for the day? Live to trade another day, brother. Look at it. It's just building. ES is going for a tap on this 15. Faux show. Big ass 1 hour. This still has tons of steam, man. We're sitting right around similar spots as yesterday, and then up she went. Little pause, up she went. No violation. All right, boys, I'm shutting her down for the day. Be well. Have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you tomorrow for New York. We're gonna cap the week out TGIF model. We're looking for buys going into Friday, but we'll have to see what price offers in the morning. So for now, you guys have a good one. Be well. Thanks for tuning in, and we will connect later. Ciao.